Good morning you guys, it's Karen and I have got some Aldi skincare to talk about. I bought these two knowing this one was a dupe of the Drunk Elephant Vitamin C. I thought this one was a dupe of the Drunk Elephant Protein Cream, and I bought two other products just because they looked good, and have since found out that this is a dupe of the Laneige water sleeping mask, which is something I've wanted to try actually for years, but they're not cruelty free. And this one is a dupe of the Sunday Riley Good Genes serum, so I was quite chuffed with that, so I thought let's have a look. I'm going to tell you what they feel like, what they're like as products, what the price difference is between these and the real product, and the ingredient differences of course. Let's start with vitamin C, which is the reason I went online, by the way. I went online because I don't have an Aldi near me, and even the one that is near me, I've been in there a few times when I went in there the most when I was looking for the Jo Malone dupes, you know, the hand wash and the candles, and they never had anything in, and so I thought, you know what, let me see if I can order online, and I could, and it arrived within a few days and everything was fine, so happy with that. So this was £5.99 and this is 30ml, and it is a dupe, like I said, of the Drunk Elephant Vitamin C Serum. So you may remember me talking about the Drunk Elephant Vitamin C Serum. I only ever had the sample sizes. I think I had 3 of the deluxe sample sizes that I bought in a set. I can never afford to buy the full size one like this. It's extremely expensive. In fact, it is £67. It's not even that I couldn't afford. I just wouldn't spend £67 on something that is not going to last very long. You know, if I was buying, say, a bronzer that I know I use rarely and it will last me years, I might consider it. Even then, that'd be a lot of money. But you know, for something that is going to be used up probably every couple of months, I just wouldn't spend that amount of money. But I did love it. I really, really enjoyed the feeling of it. It was one of the only actual ascorbic acid vitamin C's that I'd used, so the real potent ingredient that hadn't irritated my skin. It felt really moisturising. I just absolutely loved everything about it, except the price. So I was extremely interested to see this one. Now this one was £5.99, like I said. The ascorbic acid from the Drunk Elephant is 15%. This is not actually ascorbic acid, it's ethyl ascorbic acid. So it is not the real deal. It's not the ascorbic acid that is, you know, #1 and the one that everybody wants to use. This is kind of one step down. It's thought to be used immediately as ascorbic acid on the skin, but just so you know, it's not. It is one step away. But it is also 15%. There is no kind of correlation. You can't look to see whether 15% ascorbic acid is equal to 15% ethylated ascorbic acid, because, like I said, ethyl ascorbic acid isn't as well researched, it isn't as potent. The one that we all know is ascorbic acid. So you're not getting that in this dupe. This has, in the ingredients, this has vitamin E, ferulic acid and fruit enzymes, which the Drunk Elephant one also has. This one has no perfume, and you know, there's a lot of things that Drunk Elephant miss out of their products, and there's none of them in here either, so no silicones, no perfume, that kind of thing. So they're both pretty equal in that respect. The extra ingredient in here that I would say is of note is castor oil. So there's no castor oil in the Drunk Elephant one, but there is castor oil in here. And the reason I say it's of note is because when I tell you how it feels, I feel like it is slightly different. Something else to note about this is going to be discontinued, and in fact you can buy it. I did find somewhere, because when I was looking it up I was like, why is this saying fresh? It was saying vitamin C fresh serum, the Drunk Elephant fresh, and I was like, why is it saying fresh? But it's new, it's a new one, and they're changing the formulation. So I haven't tried that one yet. I haven't researched into that one because it's one that you mix. It sounds very good, but it's one that you mix, so they're discontinuing the Drunk Elephant one. So the only other thing is, how does it feel and how does it smell, etc. I mean, the packaging I think is pretty similar. I think their full-size bottle is like that. Like I said, I've never had the Drunk Elephant full size. I love that. I think all cosmetics should come like that. I love the fact that it's in a pump. I love that it's twist up. You don't have to take a top off. Absolutely love it. So that's the formula there. So it is quite oily feeling. And when I first put it on, I was like, oh yeah, that definitely feels as nice as the Drunk Elephant one. It's got a kind of smoky smell, which I don't remember the Drunk Elephant one having. Maybe mildly, but this one is a bit of a stronger smell, so that's definitely something that may bother you. I remember that I had a lot of products from Face Theory that smell of, I used to say they smell of smoky bacon. This doesn't smell of bacon to me, it smells of smoke, but I don't know what else, like maybe aniseed or something, I don't know, it's got quite a strong smell. But like I said, it felt fine on my face. And so I thought, this is great, this is a dupe, you know, can't see any difference other than it's not the actual vitamin C. And I've worn it underneath a few different SPFs. I've been putting it on in the morning, so cleanse my skin, put on my SPF. And what I have noticed is that underneath my Australian Gold SPF, I suddenly noticed how oily this felt, and that never happened to me with the Drunk Elephant one. And what was the other one I used? Maybe it's this one that I've got on now. It must be, because I've started using that since finishing the Australian Gold. This is the Versed SPF. I just noticed that my makeup felt a bit more cakey. Felt like it was going to slide around, you know. And I suspect that's because they've put castor oil in here. I don't know whether they've put that in to give it that same sort of moisturising oil feeling. I think the other one has squalane in it. But I did notice that and think, is that the castor oil? But I would just switch to using it at night, because this isn't ascorbic acid, it is ethyl ascorbic acid. You can use it more easily with other things. You don't have to think so much about the combinations. So £6 versus 67, definitely I would choose this one. And I have always liked ethylated ascorbic acid anyway. And there's nothing worrying in here other than, like I said, the castor oil isn't the greatest feeling under makeup. But I don't always wear makeup, so on non-makeup days it would be fine. So yeah, that's everything about that one. The downside to these Lacura dupes, I should have said the skincare brand is Lacura. You probably know that, and I'll have put it in the title right enough. But the only downside is that they do them as kind of limited edition, these dupes. They come out and then they disappear. I believe that some of them come back. I saw somebody talking about a Pixie toner dupe that has now come back again. So yeah, they are limited edition, so I would get online and get them purchased quickly, buy a couple of bottles if it sounds like your kind of thing. The second dupe is this one, and that is the Multi-Peptide Moisturizer with 7 peptide complex, stem cell extract, water lily. So I did have the Protini. I think I may have even reviewed it, the Drunk Elephant Protini. I must have got it in some kind of bag, or I must have spent some birthday money on it or something, because like I said, it's not something I would go and spend on skincare. And I remember thinking, feeling underwhelmed by it. You know, I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was nice. But I was interested in trying this one. I love this push-up jar, so you don't have to stick your fingers in the jar. So that's what it looks like. This one was £6.99. The actual Protini is £57. So again, a big difference. Ingredients wise, there are 10 peptides in the Drunk Elephant Protini, and in this one there are 7 peptides, so you're missing a few of the peptides, and also the peptides are a lot lower on the list here. I think they're about from 24 onwards, whereas they start at about number 10 in the ingredient list in the Drunk Elephant one. And what that means is that it's more of a potent one. The Drunk Elephant one has not only more peptides, but they have them in higher quantities, so it's more of, there's more peptides. You get more peptides in the Drunk Elephant Protini. That's all I could see really difference-wise on the ingredients list. As far as the formula goes, this one feels a lot lighter, but I actually prefer this one. I would choose this one over Protini, not just for the price. I'm still not 100% convinced on peptides and if they can actually get through your skin and do what they need to do. But it's something I quite like putting on my skin. I know that, you know, it draws moisture to it, if nothing else. And I like the feeling of this. And I've actually used this with interest in seeing if my skin would be tight, not using anything after it, and it was absolutely fine. So it is quite moisturising. This is just a nice cream to put on, and you know, knowing that it's got some peptides in it is a bit of a bonus. So I really like this one. I'm not going to rush out and buy another one or order another one from the website because I've got so many moisturisers and whatnot, you know, but it is something that if I ran out and this was still available, I would buy it again. I probably would buy the vitamin C serum again as well, actually. So both of those I would repurchase. Okay, on to this, the Lacura. This is the overnight face sleeping mask, and is a dupe for the Laneige water sleeping mask. The Laneige one, this is not quite as expensive, was £26. It's something that I have considered buying in the past, and I've looked at it over the last couple of years, but then realised it wasn't cruelty free, so I've never bought it. So I think the biggest thing with this one is it's your chance to try it almost, if you like, but this one is cruelty free. Everything from here is cruelty free. This one is £4.99. The Laneige one is £26.99. £26 for 70ml. This is 100ml, so you get even more in here. Now, the downside to this, it is a very watery lotion type cream gel. The downside is it's got perfume in it. It does smell a bit perfumed. That smells quite strong, sticking my nose in it. It didn't actually smell that strong when I was putting it on my skin. I didn't notice any perfume at all. However, the Laneige one has perfume as well, so didn't notice much difference in the ingredients. There's a lot more ingredients in the Laneige one, and they also have alcohol in the Laneige one. But, you know, the ingredients are nice. There's nothing major in this. I think they're both going to be moisturising, hydrating. I think from what I've seen, I watched a couple of reviews just to see what were other people saying that had tried the real deal, because I've obviously never tried it. And they were saying that the Laneige one feels a bit more luxurious, a bit more rich. But I really like this. I have decanted a lot of this, which is why you don't see much in there, into this. This is my Indeed Labs Hydrolura Moisture Jelly that I love to use, and so I can press like that and get it. What I found I was doing with this at first was using way too much. Oh, surprise, surprise. I know you're saying me using too much, but like really it was to the point where I was going through to Kev and saying, have you got anything that needs moisturised, because my hands are covered in it, you know, and I'd put it on his forehead or his hands or something. You only need a little bit of this, and it feels really, really moisturising. And again, I've used this just on its own as a night cream to see what's it like on its own without putting any, you know, moisturising serums or oils or anything underneath it. What's it like? It's really nice. It didn't make my skin feel tight at all, didn't feel greasy, sunk in. Like I said, the only thing is you need a tiny amount, and it does go very watery, but it still feels lovely. I think it feels like a really nice formula. Yeah, I really like that. Really like that. I wish it came in a jar. That, I have to say, that would put me off repurchasing this, because I don't want to have to decant everything I get and then try and remember what's actually in here. I suppose I could put a label on it, but you know, can't be bothered with all that. So probably not a repurchase for me. The final one is the Exfoliating Glycolic treatment with glycolic acid, sodium lactate, lemongrass and prickly pear extract. This was £5.99 and is supposedly a dupe of the Sunday Riley glycolic treatment that I nearly fell off my seat when I saw the price. £128. Who's paying £128 for skincare? I'm pretty sure not many of you guys will have tried it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my audience will surprise me. You can tell me, would you pay £128 for a treatment? I mean, really? Is it really? Is there any way that it could be worthy of £128? I just don't know. But then again, before I did YouTube, I never thought I would have bought like the Pat McGrath palette either, because that was £100. But then again, I bought it with like birthday money, you know, it's not something I would just buy just like that. Anyway, I think £128 is ridiculous, and this one was £6. So I bought this just because it sounded quite good and the ingredients looked okay. So I can't see much difference between the ingredients in here. Again, the Sunday Riley has a lot more ingredients in, obviously, you know, there's a long list of pretty good ingredients in it. The only problem is there is no perfume in the Sunday Riley one, and there is perfume in this. Now, I didn't smell any perfume in it, and actually I used this last night. Very, very faintly I can smell something, but it's not a perfume smell to me. It's more just like a skincare smell, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't smell like perfume at all, but there is some perfume in here. Oh, the other thing is that there's lactic acid in the Sunday Riley one, and I think that's really important. Lactic acid is really nice, and I can see how that would really help the formula, and there is no lactic acid in this one. But this is nice enough. Like I said, I used it last night. It feels nice enough. I don't think there's an awful lot of glycolic acid in it. I don't know the percentage, it doesn't tell you, but I could feel no stinging on my face at all. And normally if I use something, I can feel a tingling at least, you know, I can feel something that lets me know that I'm putting an acid on my face, and there was nothing from this at all. And it feels nice enough, but nothing major. Actually, when I saw this, I remember thinking how much I enjoyed the Drunk Elephant. I think it is a glycolic one. Yeah, I think it's called Framboise TLC Glycolic Overnight Serum, something like that, and I really enjoyed that one. And it's one where I could feel ever so slightly a bit of tingling, and in the morning my skin felt amazing. This one, I had neither of those things. You know, it was nice enough and my skin felt nice enough in the morning, but whether or not with prolonged use I would feel something more, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, just kind of average to me, so not a repurchase. So that's everything. So my two repurchases are the Drunk Elephant dupes, and there's maybe a few other things that I'm going to have a look. When I get a minute, I'm going to have a look at the Aldi site and see if there's anything else that I want to try. Like I said, the downside is that they don't always keep these things in, so you do really need to, you know, strike while the iron's hot, as they say. I would love to hear from you guys what you get from them. I think the good thing is, if you get used to buying from Aldi and using the Lacura skincare, then you can kind of try a range of things. If you're somebody that enjoys trying a lot of things, I don't mind the fact that they're going to just discontinue these, because I'm not somebody that really settles into a routine of using a particular product continuously. I tend to be trying lots of things, as you guys know. So if you're like that, it might not matter to you that they don't stay in stock, you know, that they keep changing it, because you can then get to try, like I said, a variety of things. And their ingredients overall are pretty good. You know, like I said, there is perfume in this one, but I don't think there was in the others, was there? Oh no, there is in that Laneige one. There isn't in the peptide and the vitamin C serum, but their ingredients are pretty good. You know, they've not like got alcohol top of the list. They're not really strongly scented, you know, as a lot more expensive products often are, and so I like that about them. And they're cruelty free, so it's a winner for me. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what else you recommend from there, and do they have a line that they just keep in permanently? Maybe that's worth trying. Let me tell you what I'm wearing today. I have got on the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation in 3C, and I'm thinking it looks a bit orange today. Tell me what you think. I feel like I look a bit orange. Maybe it's just the colouring, and maybe by the time I edit the colour, as I seem to always have to do, it'll be fine when it goes up. On my eyes is the Bare Minerals Loose Eyeshadow in Vanilla Sugar. On my cheeks is the Vieve blush in Pesca, took me a minute, and then this lipstick is a Jaqueline Hill lipstick, liquid lipstick in Outspoken. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.